Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Calypso Cigar Review Podcast, episode 63.
63.
That is right, and
That
today's
is
a very...
9 times 7.
That is, you are smart.
That's right, yeah.
For someone that's your age.
Very smart for my age.
So, today, very special episode. We are going to be covering the Texas Frightmare Weekend.
Yes.
And we've got 2 days worth of coverage, but we're going to jam it into one episode here, and we are doing an appropriate cigar today. We're doing the Tatuaje Mini Mum, and this is from the first release, so it is basically the small version of the Mummy.
Mm-hmm.
Get it? Monsters, huh?
Yeah. So I can say minimum.
Minimum. That's right.
I'm going to cut with our Altus USA Monte Cristo cutter.
Okay, while he's doing that, I'll give you some details.
Donate to us by Altus USA and the great Eddie Gavito, who was in yesterday, actually.
Oh, damn it, I missed Eddie.
Yeah.
So the Tatuaje Mini Mum is a Nicaraguan cigar from the My Father's factory for Tatuaje. Nicaraguan sun-grown Criollo. Binder on that is Nicaraguan. Filler is Nicaraguan. 5 3/4 by 42, so it is a Corona Vitola. So wrapper.
Very tight.
Wrapper is very sweet on the foot and just kind of tobacco-y on the head here. I'm gonna pull a Brandon Holdsworth here and try and cut my cap with my knife here. We'll see if this is successful.
Brandon, don't call me Brian Holdsworth.
Brandon, don't call me Brian Holdsworth. Brian Holdsworth, which is funny because I know a Brian Holdsworth, and that's the whole reason I did that. That actually works really well.
This is very dry, very tight.
That's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
So, cold draw. I actually got a little cold draw.
I'm getting nothing on the cold draw. Just tobacco.
Yeah, it's tobacco-y. Give it a light. It's got a closed foot, so it'll light very easily.
Yeah, if your lighter works. I just used this and it worked fine. It means your Riley lighter.
The cold foot is much different than the lit because the cold was a closed foot on it. So.
Oh, that's probably what the draw was. I didn't hear you say it. A closed foot. It's dark in here.
That
was why I wasn't getting a draw.
Yeah, I didn't notice until I started lighting it. So. It's got some flavor to it.
Some pepper, got some spice.
Yeah, pepper and spice. So off to a good start. This is the episode that's going to be doing the coverage for the show. So we're going to take a little bit of time on the cigar, and then we're going to give you a lot of coverage on the Texas Frightmare. So we're going to take a break.
We'll be right back.
Come back for the end of the first third of the Mummy. The Little Mum.
Little Mum. Mini Mum.
Mini Mum. Hey everybody, it's Brandon Luna and Randy Rankin. I guess you can introduce yourself, right?
I can. I'm Randy Rankin.
From Calypso Cigar Review Podcast. And we're here at the Texas Frightmare Weekend.
George Romero's right
George
behind
Romero
me.
is right behind us.
This is awesome.
Tom Savini's right there.
Yeah.
The master of gore.
James Hampton from Teen Wolf is right behind Brandon.
Yeah, it's a little weird. It's kind of
cool,
strange
though.
being right here, though. So yeah, Teen Wolf's dad's right there.
This is awesome. We're going to have a fun time. We're going to have some good interviews, and this is going to be a blast.
We're going to have a blast. And Nate's here helping us out, so thanks, Nate, for helping us out.
Behind the camera.
Yes, behind the camera man who holds all the crap so I don't have to.
That's right. Buddy Bill, we're going to go talk to him in a little while.
Yep,
the
we're
screening's in less than an hour.
Yes, it is. It's going to be epic. Looking forward to it.
This is going to be fun.
It is.
I'm excited.
We got to figure out how we can steal some shit.
Yeah.
So one of the great things about coming to this type of event is all the cool stuff you get to see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, this place is wall to wall with horror memorabilia. It's just coming out of it's seeping out of every pore.
Absolutely.
Like a bloody scab.
Posters.
Yeah.
Souvenirs.
And
DVDs.
check out this cool stuff right here. This guy's got the coolest masks in the world.
This is great. I'm having fun already.
There's some posters here. I used to have that poster right there, that Night of the Demons poster.
Nice.
Which is way cool.
Very cool.
Never had the Creature of the Black Lagoon one, but they're doing a reunion today.
Here.
Yep, they're here.
We just walked by
the Creature and the Lady.
Yes.
Which is way cool. So yeah, got some really cool art here. Yeah, very cool art.
That's very cool.
Awesome. They're doing a face candy. They're doing some makeup here. So you got a makeup artist doing some crazy stuff here. Actually, I need to get a shirt on here. Ooh, Zombie. Zombie. That was one of my faves as a kid. And then look, Sheldon Zombie Bazinga. Nice. Bazamba, I guess.
Very cool.
Abraham Lincoln Frankenstein, which is cool.
That is That is Vincent Price. He's the voice on Thriller that I was telling you about. That does the maniacal laugh. Okay. But you didn't know who he was the other day when I was telling you about it.
I know who I'm looking at.
Okay, that's Vincent Price. Okay. And there's Superman.
Very cool, very cool.
Very cool.
I wish these shirts were $5 because I would have 20 of them. Yeah. All right, everybody. This is Brandon Luna,
Randy Rankin.
and we're here with the great Scott Wilson.
Great Scott Wilson.
The great Scott Wilson. Hollywood legend and icon. I mean, this guy has been in everything that you could possibly imagine.
In cold blood, in the heat of the night.
You would know him more recently from Walking Dead, but he was also Sam Braun on CSI. This guy plays it all. How are you doing today?
He was a June-bug. We're just telling him his whole history.
Yeah, exactly. He knows. He's like, I know this already, guys.
It's a great day. It's nice to be in Texas.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Yeah.
I saw. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, good.
I watched a movie a few years ago called The Rise of Leslie Vernon.
Yeah.
Behind the Mask. And I told him about it, so we reviewed it on the show, and I thought you were just excellent in that.
It was fun.
Was that fun?
Yeah,
that seemed like a lot of fun.
Very clever
Very
script.
clever,
Yeah,
absolutely.
very clever.
And it seems like you guys had a lot of fun on the set.
We did.
Okay.
Nice young actors in there.
Very good.
A lot of fun working with them.
I enjoyed the movie thoroughly. We recommended it highly.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Good.
Brandon. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
So what's next for you? I saw something on IMDb called Bosch. Is that a new series that you're going to be in as a regular? Or
Well,
is that
I'm not sure, actually, but Michael Connolly's a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
He called and asked me if I would be in this pilot, and I love his writing. I love the character Harry Bosch and the whole series that he's done there. So I agreed to do it, and I don't know, truthfully, if there's a future for me there or not, but I hope that it goes over well for him.
Mm-hmm.
And Titus Weller is a wonderful actor, too. So,
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
You had a flashback on Walking Dead recently, right before the end of the season. Is there some of that coming back for you, or you can't talk about that?
I don't have a clue.
Okay.
I mean, I would think not. Who knows?
Right. You never know in this kind of shows, do you?
So I did want to mention one of my favorite movies of yours, and it was actually one of the first movies I saw you in, The Ninth Configuration, also known as Twinkle Twinkle, Killer Kane.
Yeah.
And that movie just blew me away because it was one of the first movies that I found as a kid that I liked. It wasn't one my parents told me to watch. It was just on HBO and it played all the time, and I watched the crap out of that movie. What was it like on the set making that movie? Was it as fun as it seemed like it was to make the movie? Because the movie was hilarious and scary, and it was just everything.
Yeah, it was totally fun. I mean, we shot it actually in Budapest, Hungary. We were there for about 17 weeks, so it was a great group of. I've been very lucky with the actors I've worked with over the years. So.
How much of that was scripted? Because it seemed like a lot of that stuff was ad lib.
No, it was scripted.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Great script. Yeah.
So what kind of cigars do you smoke? What's your favorite?
Well, I smoke a lot of different cigars, depending on where I am and what I'm doing and what I'm drinking.
What you're drinking? Absolutely.
You know, what is your favorite?
I'm kind of the same way, but I like the stronger, more full-bodied stuff, like the Alec Bradley Tempest.
I'm a little milder.
You like the milder stuff?
Yeah, a little milder.
You like to pair it with bourbon and scotch?
Yeah,
things
I
like
like scotch. I'm a scotch drinker.
that? Nice. I do too. I like it myself.
Not a drinker, but a sipper.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely makes the experience more. It means more.
Right.
I mean, when did you first start smoking cigars? How did that start for you?
I had stopped smoking cigarettes 12 years ago, I guess. I was on a film festival. At a film festival called the Floating Film Festival, about 200 people on it, and everyone kept saying, "Let's go to the cigar bar and have a smoke." And so I did one day, and I liked it. So
It's a nice, relaxing activity. Isn't it?
it was great.
So you've been working as an actor since the 60s, and you've seen the difference between working on film and working on digital. How has it changed the process for you? Does it work a lot quicker now, and you're quicker to set, or is it what's changed?
The main difference, really, for me, is in doing this series, is that if you're doing a play or a film, you know the beginning, middle, and the end. So you can kind of map it out in your mind's eye. In a play, you realize the full arc of the character in one night. But in this, you don't know what's going to be coming, even sometimes 3-4 episodes down the road or less. So you're having to see key lines and say this should mean something further down the road. So you try to plant plant seeds and hope that they grow.
Yeah, one of the things I love about you as an actor is you are very much an emotional, like I guess you call it a face actor. You see a lot in the eyes, and you have very kind eyes, and it showed in Herschel. But as Sam Braun, there was something else there. It was kind of, what's your process? Yeah, and what do you have to do to get into that mood? Is music part of your process?
It is sometimes, yeah. I mean, it's without giving too many lessons here.
Yeah.
You don't give away all your secrets.
Yeah. Well, I give them away, but I do use music because you can emotionally set yourself with music. Mm-hmm. And if you're shooting out of sequence, you have a song in mind or something, and you run it through your head or singing it even. And then 2 days later, when you're shooting a scene that follows that, you can put you back in place.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Because songs you remember. You remember the emotional response to it.
Very true, very true. So, Walking Dead was filming in Atlanta, and I understand you were born and raised there.
I was born there, raised there, and it was neat to be back and see people I hadn't seen in years.
So there was a reconnect. You hadn't been going on a regular basis? Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
My mom's still there. She'll be 100 next month.
Wow. That's fantastic, yeah. So out of the stuff that you've done, what's some of your favorites? Like what do you pick out as some of the work that you're most proud of as a whole? Not even just for your performance, but really proud of the final product.
Like I said, I've been lucky with a lot of the work that I've done. That's kind of like asking a parent who their favorite child is.
I know which child is
even
my favorite.
If you have them.
No, I'm joking.
Even if you have one, you don't generally tell.
Yeah, I got you.
You know, but there are a lot of nice. The first two films I did, Heat of the Night and Cold Blood.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I worked with Jack Clayton and The Great Gatsby and Robert Aldrich. I mean, right on up to new directors today, Patty Jenkins and just.
I got to tell you a quick story. Just a quick personal thing. My daughter had read Gatsby. She wanted to watch the movie. I told her, you got to watch the original first. So we watched the original first, and then we watched the new one. When she watched the original, she's like, who is that guy? That guy was the best actor in the whole movie. I'm like, that's Scott Wilson. She's like, guy from The Walking Dead? I'm like, yeah. She's like, what? She's blown away. She just loved your performance. To her, it was just like the best performance, hand down, in the movie. So
A lot of fun.
I want to thank you for that. It's been great talking to you, sir.
Thank you. What a pleasure. Thank you both.
Enjoy those cigars.
Yeah.
All right, we're back for these Tatuaje Mini Mum.
Mini Mum.
So enthusiastic.
I know.
I got a nice ash
I got
going.
a nice razor burn. I lost my ash, but it's nice.
The burn's very nice, and construction's really good on this. The taste is very peppery with a little bit of leather in the background, and slight cedar note, but not a whole lot for me.
I'm not getting as much pepper as you. It is peppery, but it's not as peppery as I was expecting.
The Retrohell's got some
it does.
some pepper to it, yeah.
But just the mouth pepper, I'm not getting a lot of.
And man, isn't that Texas Frightmare Fest awesome?
Oh, we're having a blast.
We are having such a good time. All those interviews we may have done that we don't know because we're recording the review first.
We interviewed lots of people, hopefully.
So hopefully we're going to get to interview Michael Bean, or hopefully you've already seen the interview, and Linda Hamilton, George Romero, Tom Savini, Linda Blair. Lots of really cool people there. Lots of fun stuff to do. Circuits of the Dead is going to be premiering.
Yes, we're definitely going to get to interview Bloody Billy Pond.
Yep.
Hopefully Bill Oberst Jr.
Yep.
That would be cool.
That is the plan. Mr. Abraham Lincoln Zombie Killer.
Yes.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, we're looking forward to
Billy
that.
got some decent big name people for that size industry.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, very cool.
The indie horror film industry has some well-known actors in it.
Mm-hmm. So, and that's where we want to be. We want to be making some independent horror flicks.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Yep, with our favorite people in them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get Jackie Chan in it. You're going to get Kevin Costner and Joe Wagner.
Joe Wagner, not Kevin Costner. He'd cost too much.
Kevin Costner's going to be the cop that's like, you really shouldn't go out there, and then, and he like has 2 minutes of screen, and it cost us like $50 million.
Not that big. It costs $5.
Okay, $5 million
like
for 20 minutes screen time. Yeah,
Brando and Superman.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So
far so tasty. This has got a year on it. I remember smoking one of these that someone had sent me before, which is why these two still exist. They come with two of each kind in the box, and these just sat there. And it was definitely bolder before when it was originally released. So time has made it more less bold, but more wouldn't say complex, but what's that word that I like to use?
Bold.
No, when
spicy.
it's got better consistency, or I don't know what the word is. But anyway, but yeah.
Yep. Read other interview or reviews of it, and that's what he meant.
Yeah, that's exactly yeah.
Anyway, let's get back to the Frightmare Fest.
Let's get back to that while we smoke our cigars.
Hey everybody, this is Brandon Luna with Calypso Cigar Review, and I'm at the Texas Frightmare Weekend again, and I'm getting ready to talk to Mark Ralston. You know him from Aliens, Shawshank Redemption. The guy's been in a ton of movies. He's one of those great character actors who you know his face, and he's here, and we're going to talk to him, and he's going to be awesome. So, tell me a little bit about your cigar love. I understand that you do love cigars.
I do indeed. Fortunate enough to travel to Europe so I can pick up some Cubans every once in a while and slip them in the bag. But I'd have to say my favorite is the Punch Corona, or double Corona when I have enough time. But and also I like Robania, number 2s, torpedoes. Those are great, and the obvious, the Monte Cristos if you can afford them. But yeah, I've been a cigar lover for a while. Don't smoke often, but usually I pick like 2 or 3 times a year, like generally around the holidays when we have family around, because to smoke a cigar, you got to have a friend. Yeah, you can't just be outside. You could smoke it by yourself. It'd be a rather meditative, solitary thing, but it's meant to be shared, I think.
Yeah, it's very much about camaraderie and sharing time with your friends and enjoying in discussions that you have during smoking a cigar.
I also love, if you need a quick smoke, the short story Fuentes.
Yes. Yeah, those are great. Yeah.
Fantastic. So, what are you working on recently? What's your latest?
I just did a little action thriller down in Alabama called Assassin's Fury.
Yeah, I saw that on IMDb.
Yeah. And then I just did a Sci-Fi Channel movie called Earthfall.
Cool.
So you've done some television as well recently, like Supernatural. What was it like working on that television show versus like Generations, which was a while ago? Has the process changed in television in recent past?
Not necessarily the process so much. I mean, a show is a show. They all have their own particular, themes and styles. But Supernatural was hands down my most favorite character of all time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because the director, the producers went around, and the director let me go free, and I created a really crazy, deliciously evil character. And I really want everybody out there seeing this, if you are a fan of Supernatural, bug the WB and get them to, or CW rather, and get them to bring my character back before the show ends. Because I am the real Alistair.
Do it, people.
It was great talking to you, and it's great that you smoke cigars.
Thank
Love
you
to
so
smoke one
much.
with you one day.
Well, maybe this evening.
Maybe.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, it's Brandon again with Calypso Cigar Review Podcast.
I'm Randy.
And today we're talking to Chanel Ryan from Circus of the Dead fame.
Circus of the Dead.
So tell us a little bit about your experience making Circus of the Dead.
Let's see. Let's make room for you. We filmed in Odessa, Texas. My first time in Odessa. It was hot.
Yes.
I didn't know what to. Anytime you go into a film, you don't really know what to expect. And it's funny because the clowns are the nicest people in the world, and they're so scary in the film. And I'm actually thankful that I was thrown right into filming and didn't really get to talk to them much before. Or I would have been laughing when we were shooting.
So that probably helped you develop that character, and that fear level was more real.
Oh yeah, and the fact that they're so big and if you really think about it, what a great way to get away with a clown. No one suspects a clown, Yeah. So
they're always slightly afraid of them, but then they make you laugh and you're okay.
See, I've never been afraid of clowns until shooting this film. Now I have a new respect for our clown friends.
Now you're more cautious of them. You see them and you're like,
Exactly. I'm like, oh no, are you a psycho serial killer, rapist, or are you just a friendly clown?
I thought the quote at the beginning was perfect. I mean, the John Wayne Gacy quote at the very beginning.
Oh yeah, clowns can get away with murder.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And you know what, too? There is a real fear of clowns. The term is colorophobia.
That's not what they called it in the movie.
No, that's not what they call it.
Well, yeah, it's not what they call it in the movie, but
It's or something like
Get
that.
over it, Vince.
But I mean, it is a real legitimate. During the course of filming the movie and all the hype that's gone along with it, a bunch of the fans have sent me pictures and little factual tidbits, and that's one of them. It's a legitimate phobia.
Yeah. I have a cousin who has it. Yeah, absolutely freaks out just at the thought of it.
Honestly, it never would have occurred to me to be scared until now. Thanks, Billy, for ruining the simple pleasures for me.
So I don't know if you know this. I went to high school with Billy, so we were friends a long time ago. And so, what was it like working with Billy as a director?
He was great. We had a lot of fun. I mean, it's a fun set. You just jump in and you do. Everyone's like, well, how do you prep for a scene like that? And you really, I mean, not that you can't, but you just kind of jump in and go for it. And it's like your instincts sort of take over.
It's one of those movies, while it's dark, and I mean, it's a very dark movie, and it's not for everyone. It really is not for the faint of heart, but it's for the faint of, yeah, exactly. You might, your 8-year-olds, you might want to leave them at home. But anyway, I still got a vibe from you guys. Maybe it's because I'm around you and I've seen you guys, but I really got a sense that you guys actually had a lot of fun making this.
It was fun to make, yeah. You know, the thing I love about the horror genre and films in it is they're so much fun to make. You're thrown in these crazy situations that, you know, hopefully never happen, but in the meantime, it's really fun to play with that in a safe environment. Right. And you just kind of, it's these high stakes scenarios, and you just go for it.
So, I mean, is the feeling on the set very light until you start recording, or do you have to get into that kind of dark place before you get rolling on the stuff?
I mean, the feeling it's pretty light. Like me, I laugh in between takes, and you know what I mean. There's filming some of the scenes where we're running through the house. Bill has these big, you know, oversized clown boots. Bill plays Papa Corn, Bill Oberst Jr.
Yeah, he was awesome in it. But.
Yeah, he was amazing. He has these big oversized clown boots on, and he, you know, is running, and I fall down, and he accidentally stomps on my boot repeatedly in like 3 takes, and you know it's bad when it turns black and blue and purple immediately, and I was like, ah! So some of the tears are real. Yeah. So, and then at another point, I'm, well, I don't want to give it away. There's another point later when I'm in the chair, and I'm not supposed to be moving. And one of the clown comes by and accidentally kicks it again with his big clown boot as he's walking by, and I was like, oh my God.
Hopefully some of this stuff will be on the DVD. That'd be great.
It's like, I mean, I didn't say anything. I just lay there, but I just wanted to die. It hurt so bad. I think it was probably broken.
Ouch. Okay, so your poster here says your horror is new.
That's what some of the horror magazines that are writing about me are saying. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a good thing to be.
It's not a quote from me, but yeah, it is a good thing to be. I gotta say, you know, I started off modeling, swimwear in particular, and, you know, so I have a nice fan base from that. And then I've done a lot of the pop culture signings, like the Wizard World and Comic-Cons, and those are really fun, but the horror fans are my favorite. Nothing compares to them. Yeah, it's really, I'm so glad that I got into it, and I'm doing more and more stuff in the horror genre because it's really fun.
Kids Go to Hell. I've actually seen that movie.
You know what? We're filming Bad Kids 2 coming up, yeah, in Dallas and Austin, I think between mid-July and mid-August. Yeah.
Cool.
All right, so let's hear the scream.
Yeah, I don't think we should do that in here.
Why not?
Oh, it's so loud.
Is it really?
It's really crazy, yeah. I don't know that you want me to do that. I think everyone...
Maybe next time.
Hey, Billy. They want me to scream. Should I? That's what
It's not like you're saying fire
really
real loud. Just.
Yeah, if you really want me to, I will.
I do. Yeah! Woo! That was awesome. That was awesome.
Sorry about that.
You're definitely you've earned the title
Sorry about that.
of horror's new it girl by the way you look and that scream. You've got it.
You got it nailed.
You got it nailed, yeah. So thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, everyone. I apologize.
All right, everybody. We're here with some of the cast and director of Circus of the Dead, Billy Pond.
Rusty Edwards.
Mr. Pfister in the new one.
And Mr. Blister in Circus of the Dead.
My daughter saw the trailer for Mr. Bister.
It's good, wholesome family fun.
It is good, wholesome family fun. It's going to be great.
We were at the premiere of Circus of the Dead last night, and Billy, kudos, good job.
Thank you.
Not just saying that, I was very entertained.
Thank you. Did you get the check in the mail?
Yes, yes. It hasn't cleared though.
Yeah, well, it probably won't.
It was written in crayon. Yeah.
On a paper bag.
Yeah. Pictures of clowns on it. It was kind of weird.
So, Billy, give us a little history. Our listeners know about Dollboy and everything, but maybe give us your journey, your road to making this happen.
Well, actually, Circus has been around forever. Dollboy was just a character out of it. So before we tackled like a feature, we wanted to do like a short first, a la Dollboy. So we did that just to see if we could even get close to doing a feature of some kind of quality. And it was such a big hit, independently. I said, hell, let's just make a feature, and we actually did the Circus of the Dead.
Very nice. And Rusty, I got to tell you, there was a scene in there you cracked me up in it. The scene with the sheriff where you were smoking the cigarette. Your performance there made me laugh. It was really good. It was intense also, but I just loved it.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're my favorite clown.
It was easy working with Brad Potts. Made it easy. He's an intimidating guy, but he's a real nice guy too, though.
Damn kids! That's great.
Yeah, they're all coming back from a high school football game.
Oh, okay.
Notice the streamers in the car.
Okay.
Yeah. And all the crap written on that. Yeah. Yeah, I got that too.
So I give you credit. Once again, you still were able to capture that feel of. I mean, I just loved your props, just how authentic and old and vintage they seemed. It was just very cool, and it adds so much to the quality of the picture.
Lee Ankrum did most of the props and all that kind of stuff, and dug up all that. Probably out of trash, knowing him.
Right.
All the props and stuff like that were done by Autopsy Effects, which is Marcus Koch, Matthew Ash, and Heather Buckley.
Okay. Yeah, very, very cool set design overall, and the makeup and everything, and just it has that authentic look of, you're really going to get your ass killed here. These people live this life, and you feel it, and that's a big part of what makes a horror movie an effective horror movie. And I've seen too many recently where they just don't put the time into the set design and the lighting, and the way it was shot too was fantastic. I mean, you got a great cinematographer. So.
Well, appreciate it. Well, you guys were the first screening ever, so the first 400 people that saw it. So hopefully this time next year there'll be millions, that have seen it. So
Absolutely.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Well, let me say something about horror films you mentioned it with John Schneider had a great comment. The thing that I don't like about horror anymore is that I have to have someone to latch onto. I have to have someone I care about, or otherwise, why do I care if they're getting killed if I don't care about this person? And he did a great job with Parrish's character, and to Chanel's character to some degree, but. Kudos to that, because it could have just been a smasher movie. Everyone's getting killed, but you actually made us care about a couple of characters, and I appreciate that in your filmmaking.
Well, that was a lot of on their part too, because they brought that alive. A lot of people say that I'm anti-woman, and I mean like Penelope Pink here and stuff like that. So, but I think the cool character was the Parrish character in the sense of because he's kind of like what the woman would usually be in the film, where he was kind of the person that was putting harm's way and all that, and he had to react emotional. And what makes a grown man emotional is his kids. Somebody's doing something to his kids. So.
Yeah, and you're definitely not afraid to put kids in harm's way, and that's very effective for filmmaking. And I think filmmakers shy away from that because it's taboo subject. It's you don't hurt the kids, but it makes it much more effective, I think, and it's definitely worked.
Well, I think it's you have to go. It's real life. I mean, that happens in real life. If you shy away from something in a movie, I mean, that's when you shouldn't shy away from it. So for as far as realism, or as real as you can get with just killer clowns, I mean, that's what we try to do.
Yeah, definitely works. So how did you develop your character? I mean, did you got together with these guys? Did you already have what was on the page? And I mean, was he smoking on the page, or was that something you added? Or
he was a smoker in the script and all, and I read the script, and Billy kind of told me that he's just a guy that just doesn't care anymore. He's, bored with it all, and basically he said, "Be yourself." So
Well, you're a scary motherfucker then. I'll tell you.
I'm naturally creepy, so it works out.
Yeah, me too. I get that a lot. Yeah.
That's how Mr. Pfister came. I said, "Just be yourself."
So tell us a little bit about Mr. Pfister.
Well, Mr. Pfister is probably the most anticipated indie horror thing ever. I'm still working on a good story, but kind of the investors and stuff shy away from that title. They're scared of it. But that makes me kind of want to do it even more.
Yeah, absolutely.
No kidding.
Yeah, so hopefully that'll be the next one, but we're not sure yet.
Not sure yet. Oh, you got to get it done, man. So how long does it take to shoot the trailer for this? Because you shot a trailer originally for Circus of the Dead.
Yep.
And then you shot
Mr.
Circus
Pfister
for
was,
Mr. Pfister
I think we shot for 2 days and we edited for 2 days, so 4 days total.
Yeah.
And this was just afternoons after day job hours. So.
Yeah. And you were coming down to the wire on the premiere for Circus.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could tweak something forever, but
Yeah.
sometimes you got to call it done. Even last night, I saw a couple things I wanted to fix, so I'm sure I'll go back and fix those.
So that's not the finished product yet. Okay.
Well, I mean, well, the sound sounded weird and stuff like that. It's a little trebly or something, so I want to make sure I go look at that kind of stuff. But I think it was the sound system here. So.
Just don't Lucas it a bunch of years from now and add a whole bunch of extra blood or something like that.
I'll probably do some CGI clowns or somewhere in there.
Right. Well, guys, it was a great experience.
Thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of this.
Thanks for coming out, you guys. I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks, buddy.
All right,
Great meeting you.
You're the man.
Take care.
All right, so we're back for the end of the second third of the Tatuaje Mini Mum.
Minimum.
Where's the enthusiasm, man? I'm so tired from the event.
The event is wore me out. It's going to wear me out.
It is going to wear you out. It's going to wear all of us out. And you know there's a party Friday night. There's a party from 9 to 2.
Billy's movie's not even over till 10.
Yeah.
9:30, 10.
Something like that. Did you see the post he did about they still editing it? It was like 100 hour and 55 minutes. I'm like, that's a long ass horror flick.
Horror movie.
Yeah.
Especially with the violence that's going to be in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kind of waited the last minute there, Billy. He's been working on it all this time. But,
Yep.
yeah.
So a lot of smoke coming out of this guy, and there's some serious waftage on it too.
Yeah.
The flavors kind of dialed down in the second third. It's not as strong as it was. Mostly at this point for me, it's leather and a little bit of spice, but it's kind of mellowed out pretty hardcore.
I haven't gotten a lot of changes at all, really. I mean, except for the fact that it's not as strong. That's about the only thing I've noticed.
Out of all of the monster line, to me, the Drac was my favorite, and then probably the Frank.
Mm-hmm.
What did we do? We did the face. The face was pretty good.
The face was good.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
So yeah, this is probably my least favorite in the line out of the ones that I've smoked so far, but it's still good. It's still a good cigar.
Yeah,
and I really didn't like the full-size Mummy. The full-size Mummy was just boring to me. I smoked it with a friend of mine at a shop. We bought it the day it came out and smoked it, and we were like, didn't really do anything for me. So the Mini Mum is from what I hear, most people say it's better.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So yeah. So we're going to take another break, and we'll come back for the last third of the Mini Mum.
Minimum.
Enjoy our coverage of the Texas Frightmare Weekend.
All right, I'm Randy Rankin. I'm here with the great James Hampton, star of Teen Wolf, one of my favorite movies of the 70s, Humps, hilarious movie. And, of course, from I loved Humps. It was great.
We had a good guy that always thought that his father had told him, said, well, you know, about, and then talked to him about the camels.
Right.
And it's stayed out of the state, I should have said.
Right.
But it's true. The camels came in. Yeah.
It's so funny because you're expecting Arabians, so you're thinking horses, and they wind up being camels. It's a great plot point.
Well, back then there was only 2 or 3 guys to send in the. I'm sorry why I'm laughing, but
no, I understand.
It's nerves.
I understand. Tell us about Teen Wolf, Nate. The makeup, everything. How long did it take you to get into makeup, and how long did it take you to get out of makeup?
Different, really. 45 minutes, something like that. But to take it off, bang.
And it's a great point because you don't know that you're also a wolf at the end of the movie, and then you show up, and it's a very funny part of the movie. What was it like working with Michael J. Fox?
What a great guy. Very, very, very interesting guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. If I wasn't, I don't think I'm. So it's okay for him to be.
Right. Well, James, thank you so much for your time.
Well,
and folks, if you haven't seen Humps, you want to play your bugle?
F-Troop salute.
Your F-Troop salute? That is great. That is great. James, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to meet you.
My pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, everybody, it's Brandon. I'm here with David M.G., Flyboy from Dawn of the Dead. How you doing today, sir?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing fantastic, besides a sprained ankle. I injured myself, but I'll be fine.
Ouch.
So, a couple questions questions for our listeners, because we talk a lot about horror flicks, and everybody knows that Dawn of the Dead is one of my all-time favorites. You've probably been asked this question a million times before, but how did you develop the walk, your zombie walk that you did in that show?
Well, it's at the core, it's based on what happened to the guy. I mean, he was shot in the leg, shot in the arm, bit in the neck. He snapped his ankle falling out of the elevator, and I took those injuries and magnified the effects of them to heighten the image. So being bit in the neck meant that his head was cocked over way far, which caused his eyes to shift way out of place, stuff like that. And so the whole thing is based on the wounds, but taken to as far as I could get away with, you know.
So did Romero have any input in that, or you just showed it to him and he was wowed by it, or how did that progress?
He had no idea what I was going to do until we were shooting the scene and the elevator door opened and I came out. It was the first time he saw what I had come up with.
That's awesome. I bet his reaction was classic.
He loved it. He loved it.
Best zombie walk in the film, to end all be all. So the cast seemed really tight-knit. I mean, the relationships that you guys had in the movie really went through the screen. How was it after, when you're off the set, just on the set, not filming? Did you guys hang out? Was it a real tight-knit cast?
Well, we were shot in the dead of winter, and so we were sort of, and for the bulk of the shoot, we were shooting while we were in the mall. We were shooting overnight. And so we'd wrap, and one of the restaurants in the mall, they had arranged, served us all breakfast. We went back to our hotel, went to bed, got up, and didn't see a heck of a lot of each other. We didn't have too many days off, but we would meet, you know, in the bar or something every once in a while, and most of the time we spent around each other was during the shooting of it. That said, we still got to be pretty good friends.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I saw a thing that you actually were a chef at a restaurant that Scott worked at as a waiter. Did you guys know each other then?
Well, yeah, we did. We knew each other then. I mean, we didn't hang out with each other. I knew him through work, you know, at the same place. I didn't know Ken, I didn't know Galen until we got to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think Galen and your character probably had the most growth throughout the film, and I really loved your performance in that movie. It started off so kind of meek and worried about these guys, and then how you progressed and became strong with them. And
one of the things I really liked about the character was that he wasn't a SWAT action kind of guy. He was just a guy. Just a guy like anybody who got caught up in this thing, and like any guy, he wanted to prove himself to himself, you know. And so he had a lot of progression to do, you know. And that's what I really, really liked about the character, is that it allowed for that growth.
Yeah, for sure. And the relationship between you and her was fantastic, and it was one of the few movies at the time, horror movie-wise, that had that character depth, and I really loved that about the way George wrote it. And, you know, it showed. I mean, you guys pulled off a great performance and a great movie, and I want to thank you for that, and, you know, it's been an honor meeting you, sir.
My pleasure. Right. Take care.
Take care, sir. Hey, everybody. I'm here with Amelia Kincaid of Night of the Demons. How you doing today?
I'm really amazingly good.
Yeah. Lots of people visiting your booth.
Wonderful time in Texas.
Yeah, excellent.
I'm a native Texan. This is the first convention I've ever done in Texas.
Really?
Yeah.
Took you that long to do a convention? I'm surprised.
Well, in this state it did.
Okay.
I've done a few more around the country. It's my first one in my old stomping ground.
Excellent, excellent. Well, you scared the crap out of me when I was a kid, so in Night of the Demons.
Possibly be old enough
no.
to have scared you
when you were a child. I was a teenager.
You must have been 2 years old.
No, I was a teenager. But yeah, I mean, Night of the Demons, how did you come to that? Was that something you auditioned for?
It's his fault.
Okay.
Kevin Tenney is sitting behind me.
Yep, the director and writer of Night of the Demons.
And he is the reason that I'm here. 20 some odd years later. Because Kevin cast me in this crazy little movie. And now I have fans coming up to me with tattoos of me.
That's cool, right?
On their chest.
Is it a little weird, or is it just way cool?
It's way cool.
Yeah, I think it's way cool. Yeah, that someone cares about the character in the movie that much to brand themselves forever, basically, yeah.
It's amazing.
That's amazing, yeah.
Because I said, what are you going to tell your wife?
I know, right?
What are you going to tell your children?
So did
There's a tattoo of me on your chest.
When you made the first one, did you think that there was going to be sequels?
Oh, God, no. Are you kidding me?
No.
I mean, we all thought we made this little movie. No one would ever watch it. It would go away forever.
Yeah.
And that would be the end of it.
Yeah, and you stuck with it, so good for that. So I saw that you are a animal psychic.
Yes.
So how did you first realize that you were an animal psychic?
Well, my first book is called Straight from the Horse's Mouth.
Okay.
And the entire book is about my journey and discovering this ability that I now know that we all have. And I've been teaching workshops all over the world for the last 16 years.
Okay.
So the book came out in 2001 with Random House. It's all over the world now. I get fan mail from Korea.
Excellent. That's awesome.
From kids saying they don't want to eat dogs and cats anymore.
Oh, wow.
Because of my book.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
My daughter is actually the only one that can communicate with our cats in the house. She talks to them and they talk back. It's really amazing. But
good. How old is she?
She's 15. She's our camera person. Yeah.
Well, don't let her lose that ability.
I will try not to. Yeah. So the next question you've already pretty much answered. Is this something you can develop?
Yes.
Just any person can develop this.
It's something like learning how to play the piano or the violin, or learning how to ski or ice skate. I mean, it's a talent, but it's an art.
Okay.
And it takes discipline, practice, and a really loving heart. But yeah, anyone can learn how to listen to animals.
That's awesome. Very cool. Do you find that is it easier to communicate with certain kinds of animals, like domesticated animals versus wild or...
No, absolutely not.
No.
I mean, for their camera, I work with these kinds of animals.
Oh, wow.
And lions, we're doing a lot of tiger relocation and tiger rescue around the world because there's nowhere for tigers to go.
So you're the person they call when an animal has a problem in a zoo
That's right.
And you help them to...
I'm the person they call when they say whales have beached themselves and we don't know what's wrong.
Oh, wow.
There's something wrong with our tiger. Our lion just attacked some other lion. What's going on with her? And I'm kind of on SOS call all over the world.
That's awesome. What a great calling, though, right?
Thank you.
That's awesome.
I do what I love to do.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very cool. So yeah, going from acting to that, I gotta imagine that's really rewarding.
The only reason I wanted to be an actress was so that I could do charity work for animals.
Yeah.
And it's happened in a very strange way. I ended up being an author and speaking around the world about animals, but I've achieved the goal.
That's awesome.
And we're continuing to build it to help more animals everywhere.
Well, I'm glad you found that calling. It was great talking to you today.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, we're back for the last third of the Tatuaje Mini Mum.
Mini Mum!
And
I've never had to correct. I've never had to do anything. It's been a razor sharp burn the entire way.
Some time has helped this. I've had a couple bad burns on some of the other Tatuaje series. And
don't flick like a cigarette.
I'm going to flick it how I want to flick it, motherfucker.
That's what I always say.
How do you flick it? You do the rolling thing?
Remember that we had that one guy on me that I flicked like
I wasn't banging it on the thing.
I don't either. I just do that.
Anyway.
It doesn't matter. There is no correct way to roll your
and no correct way to smoke a cigar.
Right. They're all correct and they're all incorrect. How's that sound?
And cutting and lighting and all that jazz.
Whatever works for you, works for you.
As long as you're smoking cigars and you're supporting.
You probably can't see this. It's a little flaky, but that's just because it's really dry here today.
Yep. So always support your local B&Ms. And don't forget to go out there and make your comments on that FDA piece of crap thing that's going on.
I do have a quick little bit of news on that.
Okay.
The IPCPR is trying to pull all the groups together so that they can have a unified front. And they're going to actually come up with a form and a statement that all you have to do is
piece
click
it
on
in
the
there.
thing and say,
Yeah.
yes, I agree with the statement. Boom.
And there is a lot of the forum guys out there that are doing their due diligence and making it easy for you to make those statements. Blind Man's Puff is one of them.
Mhm.
You go to Blind Man's Puff site, they have a section there where they tell you exactly what you should say, and you can copy paste it in there.
I couldn't get it to load.
Yeah.
It took over an hour and it still hadn't loaded.
What,
when
the
I tried.
FDA thing?
Yeah.
I know.
Just-
And you can actually go in there and see how many people have made comments. The last time I checked, only 1,023 people have made comments.
Need more comments.
We
But
definitely
also,
need a
when we
lot more
find out
comments.
about this link that IPCPR is putting out, we will let you know, and we will post it on every one of our videos.
Yep.
So it will be easy for you to find.
Yes.
And
So,
I'm sure we'll share it with Blind Man's Puff and Stogie Geeks and those people, and we'll make
we
sure
only
everyone
have
is
70
on top.
days left, so we need to make a difference and keep them away from our premium cigars.
But sampling an IPCPR is not going to be an issue.
Okay, good.
It's not going to be an
Good.
issue.
Yep. And there's ways around that. I've had some conversations with people, so if it does happen, we'll still keep chugging along. It'll just be a little bit more difficult.
We'll update you as soon as we can. Matt will be going to Washington.
Oh, excellent. Okay. So, tasty cigar. Probably the lesser of the series for me, but it's still a good cigar.
It's a good cigar. I'd smoke it again.
Yeah,
but I
for
wasn't
sure.
blown away by it. But,
Yeah, exactly.
You know, my old Tatuaje statement is I've liked every Tatuaje. I just haven't loved one yet. I'm waiting to love one.
I love a lot of them.
I'm waiting
I
to
love
love
the
one.
10-year anniversary Belle and Croup is really good.
Haven't had it.
The Noella Reserva, which they stopped making.
Haven't had
Thanks a lot. It's great. You have had that, but again, you didn't love it. So I love them. Tatuajes are delicious. So
I
as
like
always,
Tatuaje. I just said that.
yeah, check us out at all of our normal places you can find us: iTunes, Podomatic, Spreaker,
iHeartRadio,
Stitcher,
Facebook, Twitter,
Mhm.
YouTube, all over, man.
all over. We're
We're
everywhere.
just so mass market.
We're so
grab.
global.
We rule.
Yes, we do.
This is the best of all the Calypso Cigar Review shows out there.
It is. It is the
Of
best
all the,
Calypso
of
cigar
all the
review show.
shows named Calypso Cigar Reviews, ours is the best.
For sure.
We rule.
So as always, thanks for sticking with us for this episode and checking out all the cool stuff over at the Texas Frightmare Weekend. It's been great smoking with you.
See you later, Brandon.
See you later, Randy.